Alright, this video is an attempt to clarify the issue people are having with making the rings the proper size for the ring project. So watch this video first. If you print the ring the wrong size, you do get points taken off for that, and I will not reprint it because you didn't follow directions. So, you're going to need a few tools before you even start to design your ring. You're going to need the ring sizer here, and you're going to need a digital caliper. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is, this is a ring sizer, a jewelry ring sizer. And you can see there's numbers on the side of each of these if you look carefully. Okay, that's just the number size so that they go in order here. That doesn't mean anything for anything that you need to be worried about. What you're going to do is you're going to go through, you can see the rings go from smaller to larger, and you're going to find the one that fits your finger correctly. Okay, whatever finger you want to put this on. So let's say I want to put it on my ring finger here. Okay, this one's a little loose, so I'm going to go down a size. Okay, that one fits pretty good, and I'm just to check, I'm going to go down yet another size. Okay, that one's a little tight, but it's not too bad. It's pretty good. I'm not going to go down and shove a really small one on there. Okay, if it doesn't fit, don't put it on your finger. Okay, so find the one that fits correctly. That one's not bad. So that one's just a little snug compared to this one. I think that one's a little bit better for me. So this is the size that I'm going to use. Now for Tinkercad, we need to make a hole in our ring that you design exactly this size. To do that, you're going to measure it and use the digital caliper. So take your digital caliper, turn it on, okay? Make sure that it's not on inches, make sure that it is on millimeters. Okay, so if you take a look at that, notice it says millimeters. Okay, I'm going to zero it out. I'm now going to take this one that fit me. I'm going to use the clamps here, the side that measures the inside diameter. I'm going to put it inside the ring, pull it apart. Okay, I've got like 19.3 that way. I'm going to measure it this way. 19.4. I'm going to just take a few measurements. 19.3 and do another one. 19.3, 19.4. So I'm going to go with 19.3 because that's what it seems to be coming up with the most. So on your ring sheet, you would then write down 19.3 millimeters, and that is your inside diameter of your ring. So our 19.3 millimeters, for my example, is the inside diameter of the ring that I need. Now, with that being said, that needs to be the hole size, not the ring. So if I were to take this, for example, and just really quickly, okay, that right here is our 19.3. So what I need to do is make a hole this size in my ring in Tinkercad. So now that you have correctly measured the needed inside diameter in millimeters of your ring finger based on the ring sizer, we now need to make a hole that size. So you're going to grab the cylinder, drag it out. Okay. First thing I'm going to do before I even size anything is I'm going to increase the number of sides to the maximum, because if I look at this, might be here, it'll be easier if I drag out a solid one. You see how along the edge here it looks like a stop sign kind of. Of course it's not 8-sided, it's far more than that, but it's with 20 sides. You see if I decrease it, alright, we want this nice and smooth, so we're going to take this and increase it to the highest number possible, and you can see it makes a nice smooth rounded edge. Now we're going to want that for our hole because this is where our fingers are going to be right against. We don't want any edges. So we're going to take this, we're going to increase our sides all the way up. Alright, now here's the important part. Now we're going to size this correctly for our ring. Now in my example, my finger was 19.3 millimeters. Yours is going to be different. Alright, so I'm going to go click on this, and I'm going to take the X and Y and make it 19.3. And do the same thing on the X, 19.3. Okay, so now this is the correct size. Okay, that is the size of my finger. That's the size of the hole I need for my finger. Now, we're going to make the ring part. Now, okay, you have a couple options. There's a torus, there's a tube, All right, either these would work. Okay. I generally think that the Taurus is going to work best, but again, it's up to your design. Do not just pull out the ring. Okay. Yeah, this looks nice, and you can make some adjustments on it. But if I were to take this ring and say, oh, I want this to be 19.3 because that's the size of my finger, so I'm going to make it 19.3. Look, there, Tinkercad made a ring for me. No, that is the outside diameter from the outside edge here to the outside edge here. If I were to actually print this and put this on, it'd be too tight. We want the inside hole to be 19.3 or whatever your measurement is. So don't just drag this ring out, okay? You need to make it. So we're going to delete this. Now, I'm going to look at my torus shape here, and the measurements on it are 20. Well, I know this is 19.3, so like I was saying earlier, this is barely a millimeter larger. So if I were to take these and align them like I would need to, center and center, okay, you can see that if I were to cut this out, I'd be left with a tiny little piece of that torus. That's not going to work. Okay, so I need to make this thicker, and the thickness of your ring here is going to be decided upon on your design. Okay, I don't want mine really thick, so I think I'm going to do 24. Let's do 24.3 this way, and do 24.3 this way. Okay, so now, if I were to align these and center them, so you need to highlight them both, and yes, you need to align them, and do center, center, okay? You can see this would now give me a decent ring shape, okay? So if I then group this, there is a ring that would fit your finger, and you can see the smooth edge on the inside. Because remember, you need to do some engraving in here by using the letters. Okay. What I'm going to tell you about this is that you need to make sure you do this correct. All right. Now, the biggest, most important thing once you have this part correct is you cannot change this once you've made it. Okay. So let's say I'm thinking, oh, I want to work on this. I need to see it larger. So I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to make this larger. Well, guess what? It's now completely the wrong size, and this hole will be way too big. All right, so I'm going to undo that. Once you've made it this size, do not change it. You can rotate it, you can twist it around, so it doesn't matter if I do any rotations to work on it in either axis. It really does that. That's not going to affect it at all. Okay, to then put whatever stones or whatever designs or whatever you want to put on there. Okay. Don't forget to do your engraving on the inside of your ring with your initials or name or whatever you had chosen to do, and then to decorate it accordingly. But the important thing is, if you do not follow these steps, you will have the wrong size and you will get quite a bit of points off for not having a ring that fits. Make sure you follow these directions. If you have any questions still after watching this video, ask me.